in-depth, in-touch. That's right, you're still tuned in to Starr 103.5 FM, and this is the Starr Breakfast News with me, Nanama Acquah. Now, a two-day National Economic Dialogue Forum spearheaded by President John Dramani Mahama is set to begin today, March 3, 2025, at the Accra International Conference Centre. Under the theme Resetting Ghana, Building the Economy We Want Together, President Mahama will deliver a keynote address outlining his administration's vision for the economy. Discussions will focus on macroeconomic stability, economic transformation, infrastructure development, structural reforms, private sector growth and governance, among others. Now, the program, which will bring together a number of stakeholders, is part of the President's aim to reform and stabilize the country's economy into a well-structured mechanism to shape the country's financial future. Stakeholders will work towards establishing clear commitments and milestones to reset the economy and drive transformative change. Now, the governing National Democratic Congress, that's the NDC, has criticized the New Patriotic Party over its plan to deliver a true State of the Nation address on Tuesday. According to the opposition party, President Mahama's address failed to touch on critical issues such as the worsening power crisis, rising insecurity, increasing illegal mining activities and the growing unemployment crisis. But speaking to Star News, Deputy Director of Operations at the Presidency, who doubles as the NDC's Deputy General Secretary, Mustafa Bandi, described the MPP's actions as a deliberate attempt to sow mischief and disrupt government's activities.
An economic dialogue aimed at trying to find solution to economic woes. If you have a political party whose people ransacked the nation, defrauded same, shared and benefited, stolen more than they actually need, coming out to hold a press conference in the name of a true State of the Nation's address, at the back of their own incompetence, at the back of the fact that they unquestionably punish the people of this country. That is what we know, that is what we feel, that is what we remember. And so if they come out to do a thing like this, it is a calculated mischief aimed at distracting the government, aimed at taking the people's attention from an important economic dialogue which the country is going to hold. It is also an excuse for them to shamefully run away from that event, because in any case, I don't believe that they have anything to offer. These are the individuals who came together and destroyed this country. What President Mahama have left out in the State of the Nation's address is that even after Kenofuriata have looted and stolen from this country, he has failed to give President Akufo-Addo his share. And that is a problem within the MPP. And what he has left out is that, quite apart from the fact that before December, they told the people of Ghana that they have built gold, the golden city, that everything was okay.
Now, Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin, has admonished lawmakers not to depend on the executive arm of government to develop their constituencies. According to him, they need to be innovative and go beyond the executive to mobilise the needed resources to support their constituencies and themselves, as there are many opportunities out there. Speaker Bagbin made this known at the opening of an ongoing orientation of members of Parliament in the 9th Parliament at Ho in the Volta region.
Lobbying and negotiation for a legislator. You are not in Parliament to depend on the executive. If you are going to depend on only the executive to help you develop your constituency, you'll be disappointed. You should be able to go beyond the executive to mobilize resources and support for your constituency and for yourself. And there are so many opportunities outside there. And people are observing you all from outside. I got all my travels in the first Parliament and second Parliament from institutions outside Parliament because of the role I was playing. I was invited, they sponsored me to many international conferences. And I learned a lot from those and joined some as far back as 1994. I'm a patron of a number of them, and I am going to assist them to mobilize resources. Anytime we run out of budget, they send people to come and interview me as to the benefits or the need for such organizations. And I do it and they get funding. So please, don't be struggling to catch the eye of the president. Please, do all you can to catch the eye of the speaker. Yeah. And that is not just a skill, it goes beyond that. You can easily always catch the eye of the speaker if you learn it. You have to be able, that's one of them.
Now on to other stories. There have been times when I've gone to churches and told them that if they don't help, I'm not leaving. A beggar with a choice, because these are not my biological children. Now, these heartfelt words come from the industrious group managing director of the Village of Hope, Dr. Fred Asari, as he passionately appeals for humanitarian support to sustain the orphanage's mission. Now, in an exclusive interview with Peter Kwao Adato, Dr. Asari expressed the ongoing struggles of providing for the children and keeping the vision of Village of Hope alive. This report has more.
29 years ago, on February 24, 1996, the Village of Hope was officially inaugurated in Ayawaso, now part of the Gan Central Municipality. Founded by 3 visionaries, 1 American missionary and 2 Ghanaian pastors, the Village of Hope aimed to care for orphaned, abandoned, destitute and needy children, as well as those rescued from human trafficking.
So we are still appealing to people, churches, individuals, families, institutions and organizations that they should come to our aid, because our sources is out there for everybody to see that God has been so good to us. The children who were abandoned, who were not having any hope through Village of Hope, now they are somebody, and most of them are also giving back to the society.
What started as a modest initiative has grown into a remarkable institution, now comprising of 2 residential homes, 2 elementary schools, a senior high school, a vocational school, and a fully operational hospital. Over the past 29 years, the Village of Hope has provided quality education from creche to senior high school, alongside technical and vocational training. But their mission doesn't end there. The Village of Hope remains committed to transforming the lives of teenagers taken off the streets, equipping them with skills that ensure that they never return to a life of vulnerability, but instead gain meaningful employment.
The children's home in Bongo has 38 children. The children's home in Fete has 89 children. We have about 48 children in tertiary institutions. Universities, technical universities, nursing training colleges, teacher training colleges. We have to get each one a laptop. We have to pay fees. We have to pay accommodation, a hostel. We have to give them monthly stipend. And it is a tasking responsibility. And so we depend on donations. We depend on help to be able to help all these young people who would have had no future.
However, with international donor support dwindling, the financial strain of maintaining these life-changing programs continue to grow.
Sometimes you are hoping that people would come and then nobody shows up, and you need food, you need to pay for your water bills. There's been times when I've gone to churches and told them that if they don't help, I'm not going away. You know, a beggar with a choice. Because these are not my biological children. These are not the biological children of the caregivers, the house parents and the caregivers who care for these babies. We are all helping. And so we tell people that, look, we need help to be able to help.
Ghana's social welfare laws, such as the Children's Act, the Juvenile Justice Act, and the Persons with Disability Act, are designed to protect vulnerable children, reduce poverty, and promote social inclusion. For these laws to have a true and lasting impact, there must be a stronger collaboration between government and private institutions such as the Village of Hope. Only then can we ensure that no child is left behind, aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, and 17, targeting poverty eradication, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, decent work, reduced inequalities, and global partnerships for sustainable development. Peter Kwao Adato's report for GH1 TV and Starr FM.
And lastly, on the international front, despite growing international pressure, the Democratic Republic of Congo, with the M23 rebel group that has made major advances in the east of the country in recent months is standing firm on its decision not to have direct talks with them. Now, last week, the UK government added to calls for the group to be part of an inclusive dialogue to help find a political solution to the conflict. But in an interview with BBC, DR Congo Prime Minister Judith Suminwa Tuluka said her government wants to negotiate with neighbouring Rwanda, which it accuses of backing the M23. At least 8,500 people have been killed since fighting escalated in January, according to the Congolese authorities. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Star Breakfast News. My name is Nanama Acquah. For more news updates, click onto starfm.com.gh. Enjoy the rest of your day.